Hey guys, Joshua David here. Welcome to Discerning the Times Ministries. I just wanted to come on today and talk about a particular issue that we see over in the Ukraine-Russia war. I don't like to call it that personally. I like to call it the NATO-Russia war. But if we don't really see what's happening, it's pretty obvious to me and to a lot of people. You can go look at CNN. Obviously, you're going to get false news. But not only that, Fox News, Newsmax, all talking about this narrative about how Ukraine is winning against Russia, okay? But it's just not true. But they have to put that narrative out there. They have to tell you so that you're backing them on this project. Why are they doing this? Ukraine, there's no chance against Russia. Russia is the biggest superpower, nuclear power, out there. There's no one that has as much nuclear weapons as Russia. At any moment, and their military alone is massive, but at any moment they can totally do whatever they please. But what we're seeing here is a demolition of America. And if you haven't noticed, even from the start of all this stuff, right from the beginning, right when Donald Trump left, what have they been doing? They have been purchasing. Biden has spent more money in the last year and a half to 2 years or so than the last 100 years. So you have to understand that this is a monetary issue. War, you can spend money on war. They just passed another bill, $400 billion. That's more money than they spent on a yearly average in the Afghanistan war. And they're not even supposed to be fighting the war, right? So you look at that, and if I was on the opposite team, I would say, wow, how come Ukraine has got all these weapons and all this equipment, and they just, even though we're winning, they're still coming at us pretty strong. Well, who's backing them? Well, it's the United States of America. The United States of America is standing there saying, we're backing Ukraine. They're saying it. We're giving them all this money. They're saying it. They want a war with Russia. Now, this has been on my mind for a bit. I don't know if it's a fact or not, but Putin is sick right now. He has issues. I think he has cancer or something like that. But it just keeps going through my head that this is what's going to happen in that sense. I believe Ezekiel 38 is going to happen soon, but I don't believe I don't believe Putin is going to be the culprit. I truly believe something's going to happen to Putin. I don't know that for a fact, but I believe he's going to die. It's been on my mind, and it seems that he's just not the face of that Ezekiel 38 prophecy. I just believe that he's not. I believe that. Let me tell you this. Dana Coverstone came out with a dream talking about Putin, Xi Jinping from China, and Taiwan, and how Xi Jinping's going to go after Taiwan, and at the same time have Russia throw a bunch of bombs at Ukraine. Okay? Well, in that dream, he talks about Putin being sick and not drinking with his military buddies. If you haven't seen this dream, go see it. It's amazing. It really pinpoints what's probably going to happen. I believe Dana Coverstone has dreams come straight from God, and they're very symbolic, but some are very literal. And I believe this is a literal dream. I think they actually had the interpretation of that dream go wrong, because I really truly believe this is a very literal dream. And so in that dream, he has a sick stomach, and I don't think that's because he's sick. I believe it's because he's torn. And being a Christian, I used to be a big time sinner, and sin never used to bother me. But now, if I sin, I get this feeling, like a sick feeling, like I just, and if you're a Christian, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's a conviction. And I believe in the dream, Putin is convicted about what he's about to do. But I think he's weary about this whole war. I think he's scared that NATO is involved. He's got a lot to lose. He's got family, he's got money, he's got a country to, take care of. And really, truly, Russia is right now in Ukraine because of a couple provinces that he's trying to bring back to the Soviet Union kind of style, or to Russia. But they already are Russia's. Ukraine is fighting them against something that's already theirs, basically. Yes, they're in Ukraine, but they're those provinces who live there, mainly Russian people, are accepting to go back to Russia. But anyways, the United States and NATO are using this war to be able to, for one, spend money. Number two, I truly believe they want a war with Russia. I think they eventually will get it. And I don't mean eventually as in a long time either. I mean soon. But anyways, I believe Russia is going to, or sorry, Putin is going to either die or something happen to him. I just have that feeling. I haven't heard that from anybody or nothing. But I think in the end, NATO, the United States of America, will eventually have a regime change in Russia. And I truly believe, because USA is so sneaky. Their government is just so corrupt and so sneaky. I believe this Russia-Ukraine war thing is going to be the forefront for them not to have the elections. I also believe, many other things, but that's one of them. But I just think that the Ezekiel 38 prophecy is about to happen. Maybe in the next year or so. I don't really know. I don't have a time frame for it. But I truly believe that there's going to be a regime change in Russia, because I believe Russia is Magog, and I don't believe Putin is Gog. I just don't. I just think he is a religious man. He's not a Christian man, but he's a religious man. I believe he's Catholic. But I believe now that he's sick, I believe his spirituality, he's been thinking a lot about it lately, and I think he's torn from the sinning. And hey, this is just my thoughts. I don't know. But I don't believe he is the Gog of Magog. And I believe that Ezekiel 38 is going to happen very soon. And I think that NATO and the United States of America are pushing for a regime change in Russia ultimately. I don't believe that's right now, but I believe that they're trying to start a war with Russia. For one, to spend money and to sink the American economy, because all the money spent, they've spent so much money, it's bound to crash, you guys. It's bound to crash. You can't spend that type of money and not have a crash. It's impossible. Their country has crashed in the economic collapse before for less, okay? So we're going to be seeing a food crisis. There's already a baby food crisis or formula crisis. This World War III is what I'm going to call it. It's not a war against Russia and Ukraine. It's a war against NATO and Russia. And I believe it's going to come on to a regime change in Russia, which they're going to put in their guy, because I believe they need a bad guy of the world, right? Now they have it. They have their bad guy. They're not going to let that go. There's no way. They're not going to let it go. They're going to put a guy in there. And then he's going to do the bidding, okay? He's going to do the bidding to go against Israel with a bunch of surrounding nations, because they have those alliances together right now. But I just truly believe that Putin isn't that guy. I don't know him on a personal level, obviously, but something's telling me that he is worried about his personal health, his personal future, and I believe other countries see that. And, that's just my video for today. But anyways, God bless you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.